All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video for Fear the Walking Dead, and in this one, we're going to start things off giving our thoughts on Fear the Walking Dead posting its lowest ratings ever, almost getting below 1 million views per episode. Alright, so I decided I would do one more Fear video this week before our next episode airs, and then, pretty soon we're going to be moving over to doing mostly Walking Dead videos as we get, more info about The Walking Dead Season 10 coming up, which I am very excited for. And we pretty much have basically 1 month now to the air date for The Walking Dead Season 10. That's October 6th, so it's coming up really quick, and I'm very excited for it. We have 4 episodes left of Fear the Walking Dead. We have this weekend's episode, which is 13, then we have 14, 15, and 16, that's it. And then the following weekend, I think, is the premiere for The Walking Dead Season 10. So, very highly anticipating that one, and Fear the Walking Dead, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check it out from Forbes for one of Paul Tassi's write-ups for Fear, which is fun. So definitely check it out. He does a good job. We don't always agree, but for the most part, I think most of us are kind of in the same ballpark for the for the most part with regards to Fear right now. There are some people that are still enjoying it, are still liking it just fine, but I have to say, so far this back half of Season 5 of Fear, I think, is the weakest of the series. We'll see how these next 4 episodes end off, but the momentum for the series is just, I don't know where it's gone, but after the last 3 to 4 episodes, it's gone. Whatever they've been doing recently, this second half, it's just not working. I would say it's just simply whatever it is. It's just not working. So, man. So here's the thing. So, all right. So for episode 11, which was the episode before the last one we saw, which was You're Still Here, which was the episode that was kind of all over the place that introduced Wes. That one did have Morgan and Alicia in it, and then it didn't show the convoy. And then last weekend's episode, which was episode 12, Ner Tamid, did show the convoy, and then had Charlie with the new rabbi character. Okay, so episode 11, You're Still Here, was 1.44 million U.S. viewers, so that one did well. Nothing wrong with that one, was good, pretty good compared to the rest of the season. But then Ner Tamid, this episode that we just saw with the rabbi's introduction, was 1.14 U.S. Million viewers, which is getting very close to under 1 million U.S. viewers per first viewing of the episode, which 1.14 is the lowest the series has ever had by leaps and bounds, like tremendously low compared to every other season. In the first season, in the 10s, 8s, 6s, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, and now literally it's almost under 1. Like, that is just unbelievable to think of and to see for the series. That is absolutely crazy. 1.14, man. So that's what it is. So he did his kind of right through on it. And, the big question is, like, is anyone surprised? Like, I kind of knew that anyway. So it says, quote, "It's not just that Fear hit another series low, which has already happened 3 times this season, and isn't that unexpected, but this week's episode, Ner Tamid, marked an especially large drop for Fear, taking it from 1.44 U.S. million viewers to 1.14 this week." So yeah, that's the question. Is anyone surprised? I don't think anybody would be surprised, really, when you think about it. I mean, it's just the trend that's been going on with Fear this season. I think that, the first half was okay. Like, some people liked it, some people didn't. I liked it, a lot of people didn't, and I know there was that. But at least the mid-season finale was good with the airplane landing and stuff. They've never really done anything like that before, and it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty exciting anyway to see, and it looked good and everything, and I thought it was pretty exciting. Not everybody agrees, but I thought it was. But then this back half came back, and they did Channel 4, which was the kind of the found footage, landmine episode, which was just kind of silly and ridiculous, right? And kind of funny at parts, which is fine. Then they did 210 words per minute, which was the Mall episode, which is probably, maybe the best of the back half, right? Considering Channel 4 was a mid-season premiere, it should be better than the others. But in this case, 210 words per minute, the Mall episode might be the best of the back half. You're Still Here was kind of a mess, and then Ner Tamid, like we said, with the Row was not that good. So I think the writing is on the wall for Fear. Once they cross a certain threshold here, it kind of feels like there's probably no going back. They have been renewed for a 6th season, but next summer. But then they're adding on the 3rd Walking Dead series. So if nothing changes in the next 4 episodes of the series, I really think, and especially if they do something really crazy here, like kill off Alicia in the end of the season or something like that we've given our thoughts on many times. If they do that, or they do anything like that that's really crazy, that turns off any more fans, I think that season 6 will likely either be the last season of Fear, or season 7 or whatever will just be them crossing those characters back over into the original Walking Dead series or something. But because of the time skip, I don't exactly know how you do it. Maybe you do, one character here or there for a while. Like if Morgan's still alive, you have him go back eventually, and you do something like that, and you give him some facial hair, beard or something, gray and stuff like that, and kind of make it work in terms of the timeline, make it fit somehow. You kind of, I'd almost say, you almost need to. I mean, they're not even showing Talking Dead after Fear the Walking Dead now as well, too, except for the mid-season premieres and finales and mid-season finales and season premieres. So the premiere episodes and the finales, they show Talking Dead, but the rest of the episodes, they're not doing it for. So it's really crazy to see what's happened to Fear the last, especially this season. It's funny because it's almost like the demand has just gone down and down and down for it. But nothing really too bad has happened. It's just that these last few episodes have just been so bland for people, I think, and so dry that they're just like, what's the point? And if you look at Ner Tamid here, when you saw that preview, you could kind of tell from the preview it didn't look like it was that good of an episode. And when you watched You're Still Here, it wasn't that good of an episode either. So it's kind of like I guess people just decide I'm not going to bother, And I kind of got that feeling recently too. Like I'm still doing the reviews for you guys and doing the videos with you guys, but it feels like it's more work now than ever. Like it feels like I got to push myself more to do it, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. It should be like we enjoy it, we want to talk about it, we want to get into it, and it's just not, man. It's really, really sad. So maybe season 6, and then I don't know, guys. Do you think that's it? I mean, let me know what you think about that. I mean, geez, man, unless something changes, and again, like I said, if they do a risky character death at the end here, coming back next year after the 3rd series, this is going to be like, I don't know if this is going to work anymore. It's getting to that point now where it's like I don't think this is going to work. But leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about that. Are you surprised at all by that? Are you still enjoying it just as much as ever? And do you agree that this back half so far has been like the weakest quarter or the weakest half season maybe you've seen from either Walking Dead shows ever? I'd have to say so far I think it probably is. And based on the way things are going and the tree message, I hope that's totally wrong, because if it's not, and they do that now, it's going to be like, oh man, that's it, man. Season 5 is like the worst season ever of either Walking Dead series. That's what it's shaping up to be. We'll see how it goes. Shirley Coakley says, does, quote, the Promised Land refer to the Commonwealth? Wouldn't they be interested in oil? So I think so. So that's the theory, is that Logan could be trying to get the oil to give it to the Commonwealth to get their ticket into the Commonwealth. He's kind of one of those Weasley type of characters that's just trying to gain favor. He's not somebody who's forcefully going to get it for himself and do everything himself. He's just trying to get it so that he can get in, from the sounds of things. But from the looks of the preview this weekend coming up, it doesn't look like he's going to get it. But that's what a lot of people are thinking right now. I don't know if they're right or not. So then Ash Williams said, Trev, the new episode is the lowest of the entire Walking Dead series. And then he quoted the amount of viewers. But which episode this season do you think they'll drop below 1 million? So I don't think they will. I think that this episode coming up will be pretty good, and then the next 3 after that, leading up to the season finale included, and these last few episodes here should be pretty good. It's also like back to school time, so people don't have their mind on that. They have their mind on going back to school, doing their stuff with that. So that probably has a lot to do with it as well too. But man, unless some of these episodes coming up in the next few are better, like if they keep doing episodes like those last 3 or 4 episodes they've done. I mean, the Mall one wasn't that great. Like, it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing either. But then the other 3 were like, just people are feeling like, I don't know if it's lost its point, or what's the point in watching, or people are just not enjoying it at all. But adding in characters all the time it's not that exciting if you do it episode after episode, and there's, nothing really happening, and it just feels like it's just not working, right? I think that's the way everybody can kind of describe it. But we might get an episode like that this season that drops below 1, and then at that point, it's kind of like you'd pretty much expect cancellation within a little while, unless something really drastically changes. Because otherwise, what do they cut their budget even more, and then they can do even less in the show the next year, and then they're trying to do more with less to get the viewers back, and it just dies out, that, and then they got to do another series or something else. Uncle Patsy 666 says, Trev, I wish you would do a fast recap before the review. So in my reviews coming up for Fear the Walking Dead, I think that's what we'll do. I hear what you're saying, Uncle Patsy. So what we'll do is when I start my review, we'll do a recap for people who are not watching the episodes. That way you can just watch my recap in 5 or 10 minutes and get the gist of everything that happened, and then I'll give my thoughts on it after that and what I think worked and what I think didn't. Lots of stuff has happened, but you didn't miss anything, says Robert Cola. So for the people that were wondering, I haven't watched the show since whenever. It's like, yeah, lots of stuff has happened, but you didn't really miss anything. I don't know, that kind of sums it up. Morgan and the others are trying to help people, and they're adding on a bunch of different random people over time. That's season 5 for you. And they went through some interesting adventures. Alicia could possibly be sick. This Grace lady is sick. And that's the gist of what we've seen so far in season 5. There you go. That's all 12 episodes recapped in 30 seconds. Amy Walker says, Trev Q&A, how well does Fear do on Netflix? I find with The Walking Dead, I am watching the clock, waiting for it to come on. Fear, I record and watch it whenever. So, Walking Dead original series is still as exciting, I think. Pretty much. And maybe I'm not as hyped this year for the release as I usually am, but still pretty hyped. It's going to be great. But for Fear, I don't know if Fear is actually on Netflix at all. Maybe it's not. I don't know if there's enough demand there. I'm not sure. I have to check Netflix to see if they even have Fear posted there for people to watch. And if they don't get it, I'm not surprised. Maybe they don't even care to get it. They're not even interested enough to get it. Something like that. But I wouldn't think it would do very well, considering it doesn't do that well on its lead network to begin with right now anyway. The Rave Music Archive says, oh, Trev, wake up, pal. The show is garbage. Just saying how it is. Just saying it how it is. And then Brandon Odeski said, I like Fear the Walking Dead. And Max Power said, I think my main issue with the show at the moment is they don't appear to be doing anything. There's no real goal or threat. It's kind of making the experience feel hollow. I agree with the no threat part. The goal is that they want to go around and try to help everybody. But, again, I don't know, if it feels... I don't know if it kind of... Maybe the problem is it feels like you're watching a show. And that's the problem, is that the experience is not... It's not getting you into it to the point where you're totally absorbed into it. You actually feel like you're watching something ridiculous or something silly, right? So that's the problem with going the comedy approach, is that people start to realize they're not in the universe, they're watching it, and at that point you've kind of broken the wall, and people are not into it as much as you want them to be if you want them to take it seriously, right? If you don't take it seriously, how are they going to take it seriously? They're not going to. And Suzuki Uchiha says, dude, I used to watch you back when I was 13. It's kind of crazy. Glad you're still doing YouTube. Found your channel back then when you reviewed action figures, so that's pretty cool. And thank you to everybody who's still watching the channel now, all these years later, if you first saw the channel when you were 13 or whatever, man. Fact of the matter is, I'm just happy to really be doing this with you guys, and even if it's just talking about Fear a little bit here or there or whatever, whatever we're going to do, we're going to try to keep right on going. And even if Fear does get canceled, or it just gets to the point where nobody wants to see videos on it anymore at all, or even discuss it at all, then I'll try to find other stuff for us to do instead. I think it's probably going to be trying different series and seeing what different series are available, do some reviews for some premieres for online streaming series and things like that are coming up, because it's really starting to feel like, and I hope I'm wrong here, I hope Fear can kind of turn things around and kind of get some traction and have a really good finale that doesn't piss everyone off and that kind of thing. But just the way we're seeing everything kind of shape up here, it's like, I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know what they want to do. Was it just a coincidence that the message on the tree, if you read it, has ill in it instead of for still and ill? I don't know. And is that what they're doing? And if they are, man, it's like, who wants to watch after that if that's what they're going to do? Like seriously, who does? I don't know. Leave your comments below. Last one will be from Wildmine1, who says, I would love to see Alicia and Althea join Heath, Rick, and Jadis in the first movie. So that would be pretty cool if they did, right? But then again, the downside of it is it'd be cool to see them cross over and better than them being killed off. But will people still watch Fear once they're gone, or once Alicia's gone? how will that affect the series as well when you have Ner Tamid episode led by Charlie, June, and John, and then the new rabbi, being that low right away. It was like, obviously it had an impact not to have Alicia or Morgan in the episode. Obviously it did. So how will it be if you don't have her in any of the episodes? Will enough people watch just to see Morgan and some of the other, and most of the other characters are basically new. So it's, tricky stuff for sure, right? Anyway, that'll be it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please like it. Please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and subscribe to the button left if you're new. That's for this one, and I'll see you guys again this weekend for my review for the next episode of Fear the Walking Dead. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.